Okay, now I got real nuts now. I got 2 hoists, 2 lifts. I'm gonna be 60 in less than a year, and I'm getting into all these projects. It's insane. But I picked that one up for 300 bucks on Mummy Market there on Facebook. And it's an older Princess Auto model. It's well built, it's heavy duty, it's better built than the new ones, it's better built than this Harbor Freight one. This one's rated at 750 pounds, this one's rated at 1,000 pounds. It's only 2 feet wide though. I wish it was 3 or 4 inches wider on either side. And I may weld a wing on either side. A lot of guys do that, they'll weld a wing onto the Harbor Freight one as well too. It's got a locking mechanism down there. I think the Harbor Freight's got, you put a big bar across there to hold it. This one's got one that just drops into place. But it's got these four leveling anchors right here with a rubber on the bottom. So it takes the wheels off the ground. So when you're going to push a bike on it, it doesn't slide across the floor on you. And that's the problem with this one. This one's got these 2 little metal things that come down, but when I was pushing my Venture on there, I'd push this thing right up against the wall here before it stopped moving. So that one almost needs to be bolted down. And this has got a much better wheel clamp on it than this little cheap piece of tin here. Harbor Freight does sell an upgrade kit for this one that's like that one there. So there's some pros and cons, I guess, to each. I like the lip on the edge here so your oil can't drip out in your nuts and bolts. The guy also, he made these things so you can put them under the frame and jack just the frame up like on the lift. So that's kind of handy. But right now I just want to get the center stand off so I can figure out this exhaust. I don't think it's a correct spring on this Suzuki, because that should be, pulled up right tight. So either spring's done or something. So I can change oil and filter now, and I'll take the center stand off, get that done. It's Sunday, and it's just too hot to do anything yesterday. It was unbelievably hot. It really felt like you're in a sauna. Most saunas, I think, run 105, 110 degrees, and with the humidity, well, it was 90% humidity here yesterday at 105 degrees. It was just like a sauna. Like, you wouldn't be able to survive outside for more than a couple hours, I don't think, in that. And it's pretty humid here today, but not quite as hot. Okay, I'm going to drain the oil, take the center stand off, and screw around with this bike a little bit. Took the header off because one thing, all the oil is going to drip on top of the header, and you can't get at the drain bolt with the header on for the oil. A lot of bikes have two drain plugs. There's one on the side and one at the back or center, but this one just has one dead center. You can't get at it. So we'll change it right now, and not like I'm going to put a ton of miles on it. Oh, dummy. the other washer. Spring loaded in there. I'm thinking I might change the oil pan gasket too. Take that all off, clean it up. Like, you only get one chance to do it. It's 21 millimeter for the oil drain. Those are 3 10 millimeters for the oil filter. Holy mother! What the hell? There we go. That's in there good. This center stand's held on with just 2 bolts, a 1/2 inch nut on the end of them, and a cotter pin. And it threads right into the frame. There's no nut on the inside, it just threads into the frame. So we're going to discard that, or keep it aside. These bikes hold quite a bit of oil. Usually on the motorcycles it's stamped right on there. Shaft drive's got, takes 90 weight gear oil. Drain that too at the same time. And we'll change the rear end oil as well too. 90 weight oil. And yeah, 3 liters, 300 cc's. It's got 3,000 milliliters, so yeah, 3 liters. Okay, I'm gonna go on the computer and look up an oil pan gasket. See if I can find one of them and take that off, clean it up. It looks pretty wet around there, so that's what I'm gonna do. I may as well do a video on changing the oils. Engine oil, secondary transmission oil, gear oil, and the rear end oil, just to show you where everything's located. Not many people change the oil in the middle gear case, so I'll just show you where it's at, how to do it. Gotta take the gear shifter off. Should be 10, it's 11 maybe. Oops, 12. $12mm, at least on this bike. They're usually just 10s, but this is a 12 on here. You can get a rough idea where this is located. Usually there's a little divot or punch mark. Yeah, let me look, get my glasses here somewhere. Where'd my glasses go? Need some light. Usually on the end of the shifter shaft there's a little punch mark to line up with the slot, but just to give you a rough idea to get it back there. Some of them are keyed. I don't see anything there, so. But if you look straight across here, it looks like it's up one tooth. Like if this is level, it's just above this. Just a reference point. Put that back in there. These should be 8 mils. Hopefully they're not seized in there. I hope not. These are different lengths too, so the shorter one's at the back, the longer one at the front. Oh yeah, there's always one. There's always one. And my 8mm socket's got a split in it right there. I'll find another one. I got about 10 broken sockets and wrenches, some snap on there. I gotta have the guy come over here. Probably spend about $300 on some snap-on tools. A short one on the top. This would be a good time to polish that cover too, but I hate polishing aluminum. So I'll just take that off. And then where's my big socket? I've got that big socket here. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, it's probably 21mm. a socket out here already. Holy mother of all creatures. Make sure that's the right side. Most people never change this. Never change that oil. Very rare. Yeah, it's loose. Okay, let's pull this over here a little bit. It looks fairly clean. Doesn't look bad. Okay, I'm gonna let that drain, go buy some 90 weight gear oil. Probably buy synthetic. Yeah, this Suzuki Climber's manual here says, oh no, it's pointing to the bolt on this one, but I thought it said on somebody can use the four bolt. Take that right off. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of oil on there. I went and bought the gear oil for the middle transfer case and the rear end there. Oh, there's my washer. They don't sell just like 90 weight oil anymore. It's about 75, 90 weight gear oil. That'll work. Clips here somewhere. And I ordered the oil pan gasket, so I'm going to take that off now. A lot of places wanted like $13.99 plus shipping, $2 or $3 shipping. And I found one place, I think they had one left for $7.98. And then maybe it was $2 shipping, I think, I'm not sure. It's pretty cheap though. So that'll be here in a few days, so I'll get this gasket off. Clean it all up. It's probably not even necessary, but it's just pretty oily under there, but it's probably from previously leaking from the oil filter housing and the drain plug, and I don't know. May as well do it. There's 10. I think, I hate to start on it, but I think I'm going to start on that XJ900 because all that bike really needs is a carb kit. You know, change the oils, put a carb kit in it, and I can drive it. But guaranteed I'll take it apart and find something else. Hopefully all these bolts are the same size. Just kind of check them as they're all coming out. So it doesn't matter if I mix them up. So that one's a little bit longer. The very front one. So is that one. Yeah, this bike and the XJ900 would be nice bikes to ride around town. Jumping on that Seika, or I mean the Yamaha Venture there, the big touring bike. It's just big. It's not real good for in town. Okay, the back two are longer bolts as well too. And got a few on the other side. Kind of making work for myself here. If you can see, that was a glare. it's all pretty dirty and oily under there, so I'll get this off and clean this all up really good. Because it's a short one. Once I put the header on, it's going to be impossible to get at these, so nails are doing now. Okay, got all the bolts out. Usually give you a pry point somewhere. Right here. Right there. Oh, I wish this bench was a couple inches wider. Make a big difference. So you can see this corner right here where there's a stain, like where it wasn't covered. This is where you pry right here. Just a little pry and it popped right off. But you can see all the sludge in there, and dirt, so it's a good time to flush it out. And there's a sump screen and an oil pump there. I can clean that out too. Okay, let me scrape. Let's see if the gasket will fall out. Not likely though. Not likely. Oh, it's pretty brittle. Yeah. Oh, yeah, keep going. There's the front. The gasket I ordered didn't look like this one. There's two different ones. I don't know if it's gonna matter. I don't think it's gonna matter so much. I think as long as the bolt pattern's the same. So this gasket's got all like the holes all in it, where the one I ordered is just basically the outline. And I saw there was two different ones on there, but said they fit the same bike, so we'll find out when it comes in. This guarantee this is factory OEM. Okay, I'm gonna try to scrape the rest of that off, clean this all up, wait for the gasket to come in. Guess I'll get this back together. There's a little squish washer on here, probably should be replaced, but I think I'm going to put some thread, a little bit of thread sealer on there. This stuff doesn't harden up like Loctite. It is a Loctite product, pipe thread. I can't remember the number, 535 or something like that. And that's all that's left of my tube. Oh, something 07. 507. .21 millimeter. There. You just fill this up until it to the bottom of the threads or until it overflows. Looks like I'm right there, right to the bottom of the threads. Yeah, right there. That's it. Just trying to see how many ounces that took. So this thing is, well, it's in liters, almost 1 liter. And let's see. So it's at 700. That's at 650. That was at 30. So 6, 7, 8 ounces. Eight, 9 ounces. Okay, that one's done. Do this one. I also put a little thread goop on this one too. I believe Yamaha went to shaft drive in 1977, 76, 77 with the XS 750 triple, and the shaft drive patent was bought from BMW, and I'm pretty sure Suzuki and Honda followed suit and bought the patent from BMW. And they're all very similar, almost like most of the Yamahas are all identical, every model, every bike. So I'll pour this in here until it comes out there. And you don't want to overfill it, so if it starts coming out, I'll let it drip all out. Hopefully I got enough for my Seika. I think we're getting close. Oh, it's taking a lot of my oil. Not going to be enough for 2 bikes. Oh, shit. Alright. I'm just going to let that drip out. I'm going to clean this oil filter cover all up. Change the gasket. box the oil filter came with 2 new gaskets. So. Cleaned up the cover a fair bit. I guess they give you 2 different sizes of O-rings. One's a little thicker. Mine's the thicker one. I'm hoping. No, different sizes. Oh. They're different shapes too. No, mine's a thinner one like that one, I guess. Oh yeah. Wow. I'm gonna put a little RTV on that so it stays in there. I think I'll just coat the gasket with it. I need something to hold it into place. It looked like it had been leaking around here before, so maybe that'll help. Okay, there's that. Sometimes these will have an arrow on them, but this one doesn't. Thinking that came off like that. Could have polished those acorns up. Buy some new ones. think that's around 12. Feels good. Okay, that's the cleanest part of the bike. Next, the oil pan. I just cleaned it up. I'm not going to sand it down and get it to the bare aluminum and polish it. I just kind of polished up the way it is. That's good enough. And I'm just going to put a little dab of the silicone grease on the end of every bolt. And sometimes those things get oxidized in there and you never get them out. They snap off. Not now. Put a little bit of that on there. That won't happen. Can't remember which one was the long one. That one. And there's one really short one. Let's go there. Oh, they're all different sizes. This longest one goes there. Nope, that goes there. These two are the same, so they go there. Okay, I need a new shifter rubber, so I'll order that. It's too high. Seems too low. Did I shift it? Oh, I should have put a punch mark on it. I think it's there. It's a little above the footrest. Okay, the rear end's done. That's all buttoned up. Middle gear case is done. Oil filter's done. It's just the oil pan now. Right here. So I'm going to clean this all up, scrape the gasket off the bottom of the engine in this, and I just have to wait for the gasket to come in. Should be in a couple days.